we are live this morning looking at what is happening in Nigeria and globally. With me is the Punch newspaper. But the major trending issue in Nigeria today has to do with Labour and federal government agreeing on a specified amount for minimum wage. Before now, Labour have maintained that they cannot go below 250,000 as minimum wage. That is after coming down from about 600,000 something. But surprisingly, after having a clandestine meeting with the president in the presidential villa, the labor unions, particularly the leaders of TUC and NSC, I'm talking about Ajaero and Osifo, came out to address the press and they accepted 70,000 at minimum wage. A part of the reason they gave, they said federal government going forward have agreed to start reviewing salary every 3 years instead of 5 years. That will allow our reviewers to do justice to this, to look at what may have transpired behind the scene, whether the federal government lobbied the labor union leaders or whether it has something to do with intimidation. We shall be looking at all that. But okay, just like I've said, the major headline here is saying minimum wage. National Assembly gets bill Tuesday at Tinubu, Labour agree on 70,000 naira. The rider is saying federal government say minimum wage for review every 3 years. Labour leader justify new salary. The second rider is saying president directs payment of NASU, SANUS with salaries. OPS reject electricity tariff. Let us look at another thing here. I think it's talking about crude supply. It says federal government continues fuel importation as rep probe international oil companies. We see another one that has to do with hardship here. This time around coming from the rep. Remember that the rep have said they will be giving their 50% of their salary to Nigerians, I think for the next couple of months. And we have something here saying reps plead against anti-government protests, accept 50% salary cuts. There is something coming from CBN here saying CBN resume BDC dollar sale. Naira weakens to 1,570 per dollar. There's another thing here. I think this one is how to do with politics. Saying APC knocks PDP governors. Military mobilizes against mass protests. Mr. Chinedu Michael, let us have you to look at most of the things we are having today. Before Chinedu comes in, we are looking at Labour accepting 70,000 as minimum wage. Whether what may have transpired behind the scene. Mr. Chinedu Michael, you are welcome to this program.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for having been part of this program this morning. Yeah, this satellite media. We are going to look at the issues. You know, we are already looking at that. You can look at the newspaper headlines and you can find out. Choose the one that is quite interesting for you, to check out later. But we are going to take a proper rundown on all these development and news making round. Where the anchor tell us where we'll actually start from.
Okay, let us quickly go through to the issue of Labour involving federal government. Surprisingly, Labour that hit out before now said that maintained that they will not go down below 250,000 as minimum wage. Surprisingly, accepts 70,000 at minimum wage. There are speculation out there that the federal government have intimidated them. Remember that recently they went into clandestine meeting with the president in Aso Rock. Surprisingly, they came out, the only excuse they gave was the federal government have agreed going forward to start reviewing salary of workers every 3 years instead of 5 years. How did it come to you? Or what does it mean for Nigerian inflation?
No, it did not, although it did not go down well with a lot of people because we understand the situation on ground now. But at least for me, I think for now it's a balanced deal. Let's start from there. Since there's going to be a possible review, after a few years or thereabout, So I want to say it very clearly that, we need to create and recreate at the same time. Both parties shifted ground. But it all depends on how this is going to go down with the some state governors. I want to see state governors react to that, whether they can be able to sustain that deal labor union enter with the federal government in terms of having 70,000 naira minimum wage at the end of the day. Because we'll be hearing before now that there are some governors, there are some states who are that might not be able, to pay. They might not be able to sustain this kind of agreement entered with Nigeria Labour entered with the federal government. But let's see how that's going to play around for now. But I think it can go a long way, to stabilize the polity. And I know it might not go a long way to try to create an economy that is a bit viable, But I think at least for now, and let's have a better understanding that the Nigerian Labour Congress has been able to, have a kind of a deal, that both parties has agreed. I think it's a fair one, and the president himself came in and intervened, and I think both parties will have a starting point, at least for now. Let that issue rest. But the effect of it is also the economic effect of it is that the affordability, and putting the wherewithal in economic use might likely be a different another struggle at the end of the day, because we are already running one of the worst hyperinflation in the world, with food hitting almost 40% inflation, with the economy going down the drain, with everything just at a standstill, predicting doom for Nigerian economy at the end of the day. So how families are going to struggle over this with a bag of rice running up to 85 to 90,000 naira, and we are collecting 60,000 naira or 70,000 naira per month, then I don't know how they are going to really balance that issue as it stands now. But I think another thing the government should be looking at, the effect, of that increase agreement. Is it going to have a negative impact, more negative impact on the economy? And if it does, how would the family survive at 70,000 naira per month? That's a question we're going to put to the government already, to digest and maybe give us a thorough feedback on that, how they want to navigate the economy to have a better effect with the agreed minimum wage so far.
So while we wait for government to give us answers to all the questions you have raised, let us look at Obi at 63. Mr. Chinedu Michael, Obi have indicated interest to throw his hat in the ring come 2027. Obi is now 63. Obi may be 66 in 2027 or so, 2027. Do you think Obi will have the energy to run for president and pilot the affairs of Nigeria at that age?
No, you can see what is happening politically now. You can see the move, the recent reported meeting in all the conventional media, where they had a closed door with Atiku and, of course, Lamido, some time ago, and both of them came out to make a press statement, talking about the personality that Nigeria missed to have as president come 2023. And the obedient movement has capitalized on that surprise, and they are building on that on the sources of which the obedient, which a lot of people see them as at that time as if that Obi is completely a write-off, but that surprise, Obi hitting almost 70 million votes, in just first attempt, is something that surprises the world.
We're talking about 7 million, not 70 million.
I don't say 7 million. That's what I'm saying. 7 million. Not yeah. So at that point now, the obedient movement started to build on that on that success, and you can see the whole thing spreading across the country, especially in the north. And look at what some of the northern political leaders have come out to say recently concerning Obi, just to play around Obi's personality before we now dive into what he means, what he represents, and the symbol and the things we are expecting from Obi come 2027. They came out, they regretted having Tinubu as the president, and that it was quite unfortunate. They didn't see far. They voted based on religion, not based on competence. So, and the effect of that is what is bringing, raising a lot of dust now, and Nigerians want to go to the street and ask Buhari, ask Tinubu to possibly step down, because there's a way they're going to go about it. There's a trending tag now, hashtag now, ban Jagaban, and bad government, and a lot of things are coming up. But I'm not saying that but what I'm trying to tell you that the Nigerians themselves, I can tell you from a public point of view, that the Nigerians themselves, the youth especially, I wanted somebody like Obi to drive the affairs of this country. But because of the way INEC and the judiciary, which some of the APC leaders have come out, even the national chairman of the APC, Malam Gaduje, make a recent statement, blaming the injustice and the malpractice and the complaint of people not being able to have the leaders of their choice on INEC, and of course on judiciary. I'm talking about the present APC national chairman. So they understood, that the support they are not getting now was based on the manipulation somebody engineered in the INEC and in the judiciary, which he has come out to say that it's a major threat to democracy in Nigeria. Then looking at Obi himself, Obi has been somebody who has been very outstanding. We know his antecedents, we know his goodwill, we know the success he recorded, mostly as the first time during his days as governor in Anambra State. The records are still there. He achieved a lot to the extent that he was able to leave over 75 to 80 billion naira in the coffers of the treasury of the state, Anambra State, as at that time. Now, apart from that, you can see how the rising of of his credibility, of his integrity, that made Atiku Abubakar at that time to make an entry, and begin to look for credibility, in personalities, and they found joy in Obi, and he took Obi as vice president then, and that from there Obi's popularity grew. And when Wike and the rest of them didn't play well, Obi moved to Labour Party, and that was the popularity Obi is enjoying today, and that is what is going to drive him to 2027 elections. Let me put it that way. The electors are going to again, celebrate him. So Obi for us means a lot of things, and we are using this platform to say, happy birthday to the man of the moment, the president in waiting.
Okay, now let us look at the attack that came from Reno Moki recently against Obi, when Obi formally asked federal government to release Mazen Nandekalo. Remember that Reno Moki say Obi have formally adopted Biafra. So many people have been asking, is Obi Reno Moki's problem?
You see, this is a political atmosphere. In Nigeria, political atmosphere is built on corruption and propaganda. Those who want Nigeria to survive are those who speaks the truth. Those who does not want Nigeria to survive are those who are making statements to encourage impunity and corruption, just like what Reno Mokri continued to do. Obi is fighting for the survival of Nigeria, while the likes of Reno Mokri is fighting, for enthronement of corruption and bad government. So you can see that the two parties, are having different philosophies. So Nigerians can never, buy into whatever propaganda APC rats, internet rat like Reno Mokri comes up with irrelevant statement concerning personalities, they are possibly jealous of. So Obi is an Igbo man, and he can't tell me. Obi can't tell me that he does not know anything about Nigeria Biafran war. Obi was once a Biafran, and as an Igbo, he cannot deny his identity. identity, as an Igbo man, and he cannot deny where he come from, and he cannot deny that where there is injustice, and he should speak up. What is meted to Nnamdi Kanu is pure injustice, and he only told the federal government to release him based on that this man is innocent, and of course, court of competent jurisdiction have already granted him bail, have already asked him to go, and you are still holding him. Why are you holding him? So having that, saying such a thing, like he always say in anywhere he goes, when he see something that is not does not portray the good image, or that portray Nigeria in bad nature. Obi always makes statements in that regard. Obi has called for so many reforms, and nobody is saying that. Obi has said a lot of things that this present administration, if they cash into it, is going to add value to the administration. You understand? It's not only about Nnamdi Kanu. So for Reno Mokri to come out to say that Obi has formally adopted IPOB, I want to tell you, that he's just carrying out the will of his paymasters, just to portray something that does not exist.
Okay, now let us look at another thing here. I told you earlier on that we are using Punch to do our analysis this morning. We are seeing something here. Say, rest plead against anti-government protests. Remember that before now they have offered 50% of their salaries for a good number of months. It's about 4 or 5 months or 6 months or so. And some people are saying this is a drop of water in an ocean. Do you think Nigerians should heed this advice?
I don't think, for me, the last statement, I think they were talking about 6 months. We don't need that. We need legislations that will cut the cost of governance and stop the duplication of corruption in Nigeria, of ministries in Nigeria, of personnel in Nigeria. Those are the things we need. All these things they are saying, 6 months, cut 50%. Now, what is the impact of it? It has no impact. Of how much is it? I would actually say for a lifetime, if they want to do that, even though it's not even enough, they can do it for throughout the tenure of this man. Let them do that, or they should look inwards and see what they can come up with. Can this thing now? What is the economic value of it? Yeah, what we are expecting from them, is to begin to go back to the drawing board, and begin to champion policies, that will cushion the effect of trial and error of this administration that has caused so much hunger in the land.
But they are saying this is their own way of making sacrifice.
Well, let me tell you, what do you call them? He said that they are reps. What are they representing? They are representing the people. They are there to make policies. So all these things is fraud for me. It's fraud in disguise. Is mockery in no matter how you look at it. You understand? We don't need this kind of a thing coming from them at this point in time. What we need is policies. These are why are they always saying putting up things that are not sustainable? How is this sustainable to what we are trying to let the government know that Nigerians are going hungry on daily basis, Nigerians are dying on daily basis, Nigerians are losing sanity on daily basis, Nigerians are getting confused about their identity, about their citizenry, about that being a Nigerian has become a threat to them, to Nigerians in this government. So I think the reps and whatever the Senate or whatever they call themselves should be able to be looking at how policies, formulation of policies, legislation of policies, not all these OES people that full. That's why they are saying that they should scrap the Senate and scrap the rep. So because I do not see the kind of thing, what their contributions, to national and economic development in Nigeria. So you can see now, what do they want to do? Anti-protest. People want to, even though a lot of people want to back out. I'm hearing news that the people who has destroyed Nigeria, that a section of them want to back out from the protest. I'm suspecting, that a lot of grease might have gone all through all the corners, to cushion that have made them to leave or make a statement. They are backing out from the national protest that is planned to take place any moment from now. So you can see that the unity of Nigeria has always been questionable. The purpose of driving to make Nigeria work has always been bastardized based on corruption, ethnicity, bigotry, religion, jealousness, malpractice, wickedness. Those who are supposed to engineer development, where are they now? They are backing out. Maybe because something has a hand has meet hand. You know what I mean by government hand has meet hand. That is what we are talking about. So how can a sane people be part of this game always, every now and then? Nigerians can never sit down up till now. That is the reason why Nigeria have not been able to have their own constitution. That is why the Nigeria has never been able to sit down and say, this is the rules and regulation that can govern us for 104 years. We are still making use of the British Constitution. You can see how lazy and funny they are. And in a possible drive to get government attention to formulate policies that will make people feel the impact of dividends of democracy. Now some people are backing out, and you call it that Nigeria has Nigeria. There's hope for Nigeria to survive at the end of the day.
Okay, now, let us look at something here again. He said APC knocks PDP governors. Remember that before now, PDP governors met where they, one, resolved to stand by Fubora in his travel. I'm talking about Governor of Rivers State. And secondly, they accuse the APC-led administration, federal government, of destroying every gains Nigeria recorded under the 16th rule of government of PDP. Do you think PDP did well under their 16 years?
No, for me, PDP has not been able to provide a robust opposition campaign against the APC government. They have not been able to do that. That meeting was held at Enugu, where they came out and make that press statement condemning the government for destroying what. Of course, we know that to an extent, people are still struggling. People are still mourning the loss of PDP in government as a result of propaganda. So it was the same propaganda that APC has brought to Nigerians today. So, and having been able to assess the last administration under Buhari, and of course, what we are having today, that has become a threat to Nigerians. The PDP governors, at least to an extent, were able to summon courage enough to make that statement. And that statement, I can tell you that most Nigerians will want to agree with them.
Now, let us, before I let you go, I hope to have Mr. James, who is warming up. But before I bring Mr. James, let me ask you this question. The military mobilizes against mass protests. We understand that Nigerians are aware that they have right of peaceful protest, and we are not aware that anybody is planning to have a violent protest. Why should the government, through the police, the military, be trying to, will I call it gag or suppress peaceful protests?
That is an intimidation, from them, and we are not expecting less that. It's just that the government might use their machineries to destabilize the national coordination of the protest, so it will have a proper national outlook. So that's what is already disturbing at the moment. Now we have some regions are leaving, are stepping down. Some regions are saying they are not going to be part of any protest. But let us see how it goes. But my advice to the military or the police is that they should just allow Nigerians be.
Okay, now because why I'm asking this question is, the Borno state government had a meeting yesterday or thereabout, where the police acknowledged that the person that was flown in from Abuja to Borno State to coordinate the state in Borno State have been arrested. That's what I'm asking. Does it mean there's clandestine motive to have a violent protest, or is it even a peaceful protest that the government is making all efforts to stop? I don't understand.
What the people want, what the people who does not want to see, what Nigerian masses does not want to see, is this kind of intimidation and unnecessary harassment, a form of arrest of people who want to do the protest. This is going to engineer a lot of understanding that it's a clamp down, and on that process now, the sentiment might change, and people might begin to see that they are being abused, and that will likely push the protest into having a violence as a result of police reaction to people allegedly behind the protest, or trying to make sure that we have a successful and peaceful protest at the end of the day.
Mr. Chinedu Mike, I must say very big thank you for your time. We hope to have you next time. You are welcome, sir. Come this way. You are Mr. Once again.
Mr. Godwin.
Mr. God, you are welcome. Come closer. We are live on satellite media. We are looking at what is happening in Nigeria. The major issue has to do with NSC and TUC accepting 70,000 at minimum wage. Remember that before now, they have said that they are not going to accept anything less than 250,000. That is after coming down from about 670,000 to 250,000, considering the economic reality on ground. But surprisingly, they are accepting 70,000. Some people are saying that the federal government may have intimidated them. What is your view?
Well, yeah, it was a welcome development yesterday. When I heard the news. I heard the news yesterday, and I was glad for the president to intervene in such a very important national issue. And that is what we have been clamoring for. We want the president to be directly involved in so many things, such as insecurity, such as issue of labor like this, such as inflation, so many things. We want the president to be involved directly. Look at what happened yesterday. The president was involved in this negotiation, and the negotiation was fruitful. So I want to thank them for the president and the labor leaders, the NSC and the TUC, and the private sector. They have done a great job. It's a welcome development. I don't have any issue with that. But I want to encourage the president to be involved in other aspects, other sectors of the economy. He should be directly involved. He should stop sending his minister and his aides, because I don't believe that these people, if it were the aid of the president that were there yesterday, I don't think this issue will have been easily resolved like this.
So it was because the president was personally involved.
Yes, the president was there. The
Don't
president
you
was there.
think the presence and the influence, the aura around the president may have intimidated the NSC leadership? I'm talking about Ajaero and Osifo, who went back to their vomit.
I don't think so. I don't think so because these people have been there. They have been, they have been on this issue for a long time. If the president was to bribe them or to see them or whatever, he will simply send the military, the policemen, the security agencies to these guys and get them arrested, or even send money to them, whatever they want to them. You just send it direct to them, even to be present. You don't need to see them before you settle any issue. But this is democracy. Somebody needs to sit on the round table. You sit on the round table, two of you, three of you, four of you, then you discuss what is your grievance, what are you not happy with, what are those things that you don't like, what do you need, what do you want. Yeah, you sit on the table and discuss about it. That is democracy for you. That is the job. That is the beauty of democracy. So that is it. We are not in the military regime whereby you have to force everything and anything on somebody. That is against somebody fundamental right. So I believe that this is a good development. It's a good idea.
Now let us look at government trying to stop the protest that is being proposed. We are seeing something here. Say military mobilizes against mass protests. We understand that Nigerians, they have right of peaceful protest. But what, in your view, why do you think the government want to suppress protests? Because protest is a way of Nigerians trying to express their displeasure with the way things are being run.
Well, I don't support this issue of military. We are not in the military regime. Like I said earlier, we are in a democratic system. It is a democratic system of government, which is a government of the people, by the people, and for the people. If government is for the people and by the people and for the people, then what else? The people have the right. they have the sovereignty, they have the power to come out to protest against any evil agenda, any bad agenda of government that is not favorable to them. They have the right to come out in mass and protest. After all, it is the people. It was the people that put them in power, not by their own power. So the people have the right, the constitutional right, under the law, under the Constitution of Nigeria, 1999, as amended. They have the right to protest. So nobody, no military, no air force, whatever. They are all military, but no police can stop them from doing that. It's happening all over the world, not only in Nigeria. It's happening right now in Kenya, and it's also happening in other parts of the world. So it's not only here. Let us learn from other countries, other developed countries. Even as developed as US is, UK, and Canada, people still come out to express their grievances in whatever way, in whatever decision that the government took that is not favorable to them, that is against them. They still come out. So we are still a developing country. So you cannot stop a developing country, the citizen of a developing country from protesting. It's not done, and it's also our fundamental right. It's a right. So nobody can deprive of us of our rights. Thank you.
Okay, now let us look at Obi as 63. I'm talking about the presidential candidate of Labour Party in the 2023 presidential election.
Okay.
He turned 63 this year,
Alright.
meaning in 2027
Yeah.
he will be around 66 years or so.
Okay.
And you have indicated interest that he will be contesting for the president a second time. Do you think Mr. Obi have what it takes to run Nigeria?
Obi has what it is. It's on the record there. It's on the record. We are all Nigerians. We know ourselves better than anybody can know. Better than any citizen of America or Egypt or Ghana can know. We know ourselves better. We know what Mr. A can do. We know what Mr. B can do. So I used to tell people that we know ourselves more than all this noise here and there. If Obi he ruled Anambra State, he was the governor of Anambra State, and he did very well to some extent. And nobody is perfect. Obi has his own shortcomings, but I don't think it's a major issue. But the man is very prudent. He's very accountable to the people, and he was able to save, I think, up to 75 billion naira in government coffers before he left office. How many governors can do that today, or how many has done that in the past? It's on record. So if Obi has any issue against the government, by now, I believe that the AFCC, like what is happening to Yahya Bello, I believe that the AFCC will have quizzed Obi. He will have been invited. So as far as EFCC has not invited Obi, ICPC has not invited him, police, I don't even know whether military or whatever that has any constitutional. So Obi is a good man as far as of today. I don't know tomorrow whether he will now begin to misbehave, but I don't know of that tomorrow. But I know as of today that man is capable, is competent, and he has the capacity to take this country to the next level.
Okay, finally, before I let you go, yesterday the government of Borno State had a dialogue conversation to see how they could stop the protest that is forthcoming.
Okay.
And from the angle of the police, they say the man that was fleeing from Abuja to Borno State to lead the protest have been arrested. Does it mean government trying to suppress Nigerians or what?
Like I said before, either Borno State governor or Enugu State governor or Benue State governor or Lagos State governor, nobody has any rights to infringe on another person's rights. The governor of Borno State is a citizen of this country, and the man that was arrested is also a citizen of this country. The man that was arrested can sue the governor of Borno State for infringing on his fundamental. If I wish that we have a good legal system, justice system in this country. I wish that we have it. If not, how can this thing happen? How can this thing be so? If we have a good legal system, a good justice system, I believe that nobody should be above the law. The governor, the deputy, the president, the vice president, the inspector general of police, the chief of defense staff, the chief of army staff, the ICPC boss, the EFCC boss. Nobody should be above the law. We are all equal before the law. If we have a good legal system, that man, that governor, the governor of Borno State should be sued. Should be sued. The man that was arrested should sue the governor of Borno State, and compensation should be paid to the man. If we are really practicing democracy and we have a good legal system, that is my take.
I must say very big thank you. You are once more. You are
Mr. Godwin.
Mr. Gordon. We hope to have you next time. Thank you very much, Mr. Gordon.
You're welcome.
Mr. Jimsa. Mr. Jimsa, you are welcome. You are welcome. You are welcome. Let us have Mr. Jimsa, who is a renowned political analyst who have been in the trenches of Nigeria fighting for justice for the downtrodden. Mr. Jimsa, you are welcome.
Yeah, good morning, sir.
Basically, the main issue we are looking at is labor. After having a clandestine meeting with the president, I'm talking about organized labor under the leadership of Ajaero and Osifo. And in what looks like going back to their vomit, they are now accepting 70,000 as minimum wage after saying they will not go below 250,000. Remember that they started with about 600,000 before coming down to 250,000. Now, there are speculation out there that the aura in the presidential villa, the presence of the president, we have intimidated them into accepting. But on their own part, they are saying that the federal government have agreed to start reviewing salary after every 3 years instead of 5 years as part of the reason for accepting 70,000 minimum wage. Do you think this is a good deal for workers?
We are people like us. We are not surprised. If I will ask us, I will ask her what advantage of benefit have the labor people, done to Nigeria for over many years that they have been existing. They are very corny in their ways. At the end of the day, I know that after imagine from 600,000 naira and you beat the price down to 70K. The question was even between 70,000 and 35,000 or 30,000 naira. How much can a minimum wage that is less than $45? Even though in the UK, in the US, those in the diaspora, their per hour job as at then, I think it is £9 or so they pay per hour, some £8. For the Nigerians that are working in some stores, the least amount. Now, due to inflation, they are paying them £13 to £12 now, without any protest, without knocking at anybody's door that this is what we want now. This is just common sense. I don't know why you be telling a child what's supposed to do. When it's time to read, you know that you will read. When it's time for exam, you know you will read to pass. So when you are hungry, you know that the next thing for me to do is to eat. So why did they have to wait for someone to come and tell you that it is high time for you to touch the minimum wage? Because according to the Nigerian Constitution, it said that every five years or so, the minimum wage is supposed to be checked. So now, how much will 70,000 do? If you are collecting 70,000 naira, your transport fee, as you are still saying, in a month, and I don't know where you can be working within Lagos or outside Lagos, you spend nothing less than what? 18,000 naira to 20 out of the month. Because now, you give minimum wage to 70,000 naira, there's still high cost, there's still inflation. The prices of transport fare is still high. So how will it even meet? So of what good is the 70K? At worst, I said if I thought they want, they know that they are for the people and not that they are collecting one or two bribe at the back door, which we don't know, or they have sugar. They tell them, promise them one or two things. 150,000. If you still tell us that, at the end of the day we are able to agree to 90,000, 95,000, I will say, okay, they have impressed yourself because you are not impressing them because it is your duty. I didn't force you to be the NSC chairman. You said that you want to work for the people. That is why you are there. So I can't praise you for that. Now you are there. You cannot agree to at least at the worst 95,000 naira. That means a minimum is not even up to $50.
So for you, this amount is grossly inadequate.
How much is their children, politician, can they do with 50,000, 70,000 naira per month? Now they come up with due to the whatsoever, we have slashed our fee to 50% away from our salary.
That's of rep.
Is it visible? Who are they deceiving? Who are they deceiving? It's just I don't understand where we are going. We see there is a lot of work, and for those Nigerian citizens that feel that everything is normal, I just pity them because they're sitting on the time bomb.
Okay, Mr. Jinsa, let us look at controversy between APC and PDP. Because PDP before now said APC have destroyed all they achieved in 16 years. But we are seeing APC coming against them. But before that, the military mobilizes against mass protests. It is a suppression of or gagging the people.
If that's what we are saying, a question, what will you expect of the military when there is no rule of law? What will you expect from the military that you will send, from the clips you have been seeing of soldiers fighting Boko Haram without vests, without bulletproof vests, without well equipped, equipment, tools for them to fight Boko Haram? You are using AK-47 or whatsoever AK, while the Boko Haram are using what every M13, M3 ammunition that is far expensive than the one you are using. And you are telling me it is about protest, you are growing wings. The insecurity Boko Haram you refuse to defeat for over 10 to 15 years. The poor salary of the military personnel, the poor well-being of the barracks and the likes. You refusing to pay the ex-military pension. You are not able to sort that. That is the problem. Someone that have not, you cannot. It's just like a man, a father that you could not was raise your children and care for your family and your wives. Now you come and say you want to marry another wife. You are now saying that you want to settle a case of another family that they are doing better than you. Let them go and face what they're supposed to do. The army people equip the army personnel, fight on how they are going to increase their salary. Imagine working retired as a military personnel and there's nothing to show up for. You work for 30 something years as a military personnel, you cannot boast of certain amount or even set yourself up. You retired as a military personnel, there's nothing you could say that, oh, this from this job for over many years that I've died for my country, I cannot, this is what I've been able to achieve out of pension from this. We see a lot of thousands of military personnel that even till now they can't even afford to pay the fee of their children to university. That's how you see some of their children in the bar, doing all sorts of things because what? There's no proper care for them. Your military personnel that are under you, there's no what? Free medical this thing for them. Your military should be fighting for how to what? You fight the government to what? Let all military personnel, there's nothing bad if their children go through what? Free education. Because what they are fighting, they lay their life for the country. So there should be a lot of benefit that should be thinking at the what, commander in chief or what's it called, whatever, head of the military. How can we do it? Other countries, these are the things they are what. That's why Nigerian people always what like to join the US military, the Canadian military personnel because of a lot of benefits that come from it. I don't have to worry if my children want to undergo any surgery, either small or big. Surgery is surgery. Medical, you know that it's free as we have their own hospital, but that we went to, and some family, extended family tends to benefit because it's not easy. Is it easy to say that I want to be an army? Where there are better jobs to do, how much is your salary that you are paying maybe less than 100,000 naira, and you have them because there are a lot of things you have access to do more courses. Let's them focus on how the government will provide free education, medical this thing for the children of every personnel from primary school to university level. The education should be free, and the likes of them, they want to travel to do special courses and let everything be equipped. Let them have control of what, in charge of what, good ammunition. It's not easy carrying AK-47 all around the streets doing patrol. That is why you see that when there is a spray of bullet or what, there is a gunshot from the police to the citizen, you find out that what is always, it leads to death because AK-47 is not a gun. It's not designed to be used among the streets within the civilian because what the size of the bullet you can see is almost like a finger, close to like 3 mm or meter. So when it penetrates through the bone, it will break. It's meant to be used in the war front, to chase criminal bandits away. But whereby the pistol, the bullet is very small, just like little each. If it penetrates to you, at least it might not get to like come out from the other side of the body. It might just get stuck in the middle. Then you can be able to operate them. And some of them are even rust. So why imagine carrying a gun at every other all over? It's not easy. Make life easy for the military personnel, both the paramilitary and the military this thing. To let them have their pistol registered, so it will be free. They will be able to operate easily. And when we are going to fight Boko Haram, we are going to for to meet a terrorist, then we can carry the bigger ones and be well equipped with the calm this thing, everything. There will be, you know, when you are fully, if you look at the military, the Russian military, look at the Chinese military when they are operating, you see them in movies. Look at the FBI and co. When you are fully equipped, you know you'll be happy to work. You have your pistol at your this thing, and you have extra one, you have enough cartridge, no bullet cartridge around you, and every gun when you are going to something like that. But here in street you will see people carrying bigger guns operating all around. Who does that? You adopt the embezzlement of the foreign this thing, but you always fail to adopt the what, the one that will benefit us in terms of the modern technologies that they can be able to use to operate freely, that there won't be issue. And that baffles us a lot. Let them not keep diverting away from their, it is not the duty of the Nigerian military to interfere in what has to do with civil this thing. It is the affair of, it is the right of the citizen to have a peaceful protest, and it's the right of the citizen to inform the police that are in charge of the civilian that we want to protest based on this. We need you to protect us so that there won't be what, hijackers, those that will hijack the protest and turn into a violence one at the end of the day. And it is the right of the police to say, okay, from where to where are you holding, how will it go, what time, that we can know how many, how we are going to deploy our police officers to be with you. Nobody, because military person, if you can come one, you should just go and rest. You know, it's actually insulting and embarrassing the way they know they come to the public, you know, and just say some things. They make us a laughing stock all over the country. Are they not even shy? Are they not even seeing things in the right perspective? You get to wonder. You that you are made younger than them with little experience, you'll be thinking far beyond them, and you call yourself you are the clinical chief of this thing, and you are not. You, what is, you know, some of the activities you engage in, you know, it's alarming and, you know, embarrassing. It is not their duty.
Before I let you go, let us look at the meeting they held in Borno State, where the police in Borno State said the man who was flown in from Abuja to coordinate the protest in Borno State have been arrested. Is this suppress of press, sorry, freedom of Nigerians or what?
The person that
No, they said the person that was flown in from Abuja to coordinate the protest in Borno State have been arrested.
how, what was his offense?
Possibly because he was to coordinate the protest. Is it funny? For them, it's a major breakthrough.
You know,
It's funny.
very funny. Oh God.
I think for them, it's a major breakthrough.
I don't. Well, it is a good thing that we are able to arrest him, and it's a good call for
So possibly, what would they charge him?
I don't know, trying to go and
To coordinate protest.
and if unfortunate for him, if it happens to be an Igbo man or other tribe, it's not a Yoruba man, they will say that, oh, they want to go and lead an iPod protest, and it will be sweet that he happens to be a Yoruba man. You know, that would be sweet. They'll be able to say, it's an iPod this thing or so. So by now, Nigerians should know that what, anything they always find you in. By what once I heard someone say, he said Tinubu is good in politics, but he's not a good leader. So now you will now ask yourself, someone that come out to say that he has been planning and be what, doing his trend, going to like 8 years or 10 years before now to participate as the aspirant, conduct and to be president. And you imagine someone that have taken his time to know by set and everything, dialogue, do everything, do survey against 2023 over 10 years ago, and is performing like this. It's just like you have a child that said that, Mommy, I'm having a jam. We want to write exam in next year. And from this year, with 2 years before that, he has been reading, going for tutorial, preparing, you know, reading. And at the end of the day, you know, say exam. And we just pass question, no, in ACF.
So for you, what Tinubu is doing is a failure.
He should come out and tell us what he has done. A failure, you know, it's easy to know the government that is not standing fit, that is not performing right. You will start to know from the currency. You will start to know from the availability of food, when there is inflation, insecurity. So you can't be in the system for even before I was born, and you have been drawing your map, trying to shape it, and still before now you complain during Jonathan's time, insecurity, Buhari 8 years. Are you telling me those years that you were using to plan even before Jonathan Yaradua became the president? Then may his soul rest in peace. Till now you are unable to solve insurgency, you are unable to solve food, what's it called, inflation of food, and all other thing in Nigeria. So in what way have you proceed, have you succeed when there is hunger? You cannot even buy a drinker of rice, want something. And again you are saying in the all to you. Now look at the large number of Chinese factory and companies that we have in Nigeria now. It's alarming. And now do you know what they will do? Because they have sense too. And people are like, it's nothing. Go and check, go and investigate journalism, go and go and submit your CV to be a factory worker in Nigeria in the Chinese owned company. You will see what our Nigerians are going through. You will see in the space at which they are working that even in their country they can't do that. The hours they used to work in their country is not the hours they are using here. The amount they pay them is not, is the same. The way they are treating them is not the way a Nigerian citizen will be working in your company. In the process of operating a machine, their arms will be cut off and there won't be any compensation, and the work will still continue. The pay is not that enough. When they say, I forgot the name of the board that supervise the, you know, the companies, a factory, to check if things are going right there. They will also come, according to how those who said that they work there, they will come there. You are coming to inspect a factory and you've allowed them, based on you want them to package some amount of money for you. You will get there, you will collect bribe and turn against your citizen and go. They will go to the extreme end of Osun, where land are cheap. They will buy acres of land. The Chinese go to Ogun State, go to Kwara, be establishing a factory that they cannot, that is what it is dangerous to the environment and to the health of the people. And there is nobody superseding all those things, and everything has been going on and on, coming to here, they will say they buy land, whereas they are doing what, some things that we did not know. So that thing is a serious thing. The way Chinese people are dominating Nigeria is very scary, and things need to be done. If things need to be done as fast as possible. You said now we want our currency to go up or to meet dollar. At the same time, you are not exporting anything. One of the things we are exporting in Nigeria is cassava. Now cassava is now being used to do what? Extract. They use cassava, process it now to do alcohol. Now wait, no, let me finish this. To what? To do alcohol. Now our farmers, you wonder why garri is cost. This is why the part of the reason is cost. Now those farmers what planting cassava, big cassava now, do not process it to be garri to sell for the people. Now they are not selling for Chinese companies that are using it to what? To do alcohol. Because what, they used to buy it at high amount, or normally they are sell to the people to what, to process to be garri. Maybe they will sell a half truck, a half truck, the way they used to do, for 300,000 naira. But if those Chinese companies want to buy from them, they will buy it maybe for like 600,000 naira. And in that amount, and then now they are doing the citizen harm, because now it's about the money. Now that is why we don't have enough. So now those cassava that we are supposed to be exporting to their country, that they'll be buying from us, giving them the entire amount that will be helping the economy. Now you have brought the Chinese people now here, set up a factory here, and be using it to do what? Different alcohol here. In what way are we going to gain? In what way is the economy going to go higher if we are not exporting? We are bringing them here. How many Nigerian citizens have the company or can own a company in their country or a factory? They will not allow. But you are always about the money, the body in charge of them coming, some organization registering them. Or you shouldn't be allowing all those things. And those are the things we have to educate our farmers to stop that. It is affecting the citizen. If I have cassava now, I will not sell it to no. Let me sell it to them. Then I will have a portion like 10 bags for my family and I. How is that helping? When even the federal government did not have its own farm, state government did not have their own farm, apart from individual. How are you empowering the farmers? Is that about giving 5 farmers alone certain amounts? Or those are the problems we have, and it's a very serious one. The more we continue like this, I pray Nigeria will not fall. At the end of the day.
Thank you very much, Mr. Jesus. Thank you very much. We hope to have you next time. Mr. Raf Mbechi,
Yeah.
the
Pastor
renowned
Matthew.
political affairs analyst.
Thank you so much.
Obi
bro.
is 63 today.
Wow. Wow. The Prince of Nigeria. The first born of Anambra State as in political performance. Let me call him the greatest philanthropist of our time. Not straight, I mean indirectly, from where he at least,
No,
handled
no,
leadership.
a man. There is a
He's
man.
great
There is a man that have said we should join him in celebration.
Yes.
We will do that off camera. I will
Okay,
give
we
you
should
the
join Obi.
yes.
I know.
will,
You give me my incentive.
Yes,
Yeah.
after the program.
Yes. I know. Obi, if we continue here raining, praises on him, encomium on this man, I think it's gonna take most of our time, Pastor Matthew, because this is a man that has changed the political, let me say, narratives of Nigeria. Obi has come to the limelight and he marveled the whole world. This is a man that is needed to be given an award. I said it earlier during my interview last year. The man, World Man of the Year 2023. Obi has, stepped into the political terrain of Nigeria from 2005 till date. Obi is on the news, doing well by and large, far and near. Obi has what? Chartered record, political record on Africa. A man that was regarded by even the West more than their own. Obi is an Igbo man from Anambra State. He is not from UK, neither is he from America. But today we are celebrating the best political, at least, let me call him again, philanthropist we have ever had in Nigeria. Obi coming for the first time, chartered record, placed the political platform called APC on a very, very dangerous alert. Everybody is turning their back on this ruling party currently, APC, because of one man. His name is Obi. Obi rewrote the educational narrative history of Anambra State by leading on the section or sector of education straight 8 years, computerizing almost every education facility in Anambra State. Oga, we are well equipped today on the basis of education in Anambra State because of Peter Greg Okutendibo Obi. He is a wonderful man. Obi, I'm sending across to you, senior brother. Happy birthday. You must be living a life of grace. God will be with you.
Okay, now let's look at Labour accepting 70,000 at minimum wage in what looks like intimidation from federal government. Remember that before now, Labour started with 670,000 as minimum wage. At the point they came down to 250,000. Before you knew it, they had clandestine meeting with the president, Senator Amebola Tinubu in Aso Rock. People are speculating that the oral around the president may have intimidated Ajaero and Osifo in coming down to accept 70,000 at minimum in what looks like someone going back to his vomit. And the only excuse they could give is federal government have accepted to review salary after every 3 years instead of 5 years. Is it a good deal for Nigerian workers?
If you ask me, I will tell you it is the worst deal ever. I can even tell people on camera because from the time of Buhari's administration, we've seen a labor that is so weak and feeble. They are not living up to expectation as in the day of Pascal Bafio, I think. Am I right? Then Adam Ochomole and Bawa, an Hausa man. See, let me tell you, the Hausa man did not perform at all. He's being emotional because of ethnic bigotry. The Bawa Labour chairmanship I see is as dilapidated as mud. Poto poto. See, let me tell you, currently we've seen another man from Imo State, Ajaero. Ajaero should come and tell the whole world the reason why he all of a sudden fizzle out. Are you listening to me? Meaning that something must have transpired at the back door. See, if I accuse him straight, I will tell him, Ajaero, you collected money. Because this 70,000 you've collected or allowed. Are you trying to tell Nigerians that 70,000 can buy a bag of rice or a bag of beans? No, bag of beans is getting to 120,000. We cannot even discuss about a bag of garri this time around. It is all bad for Nigerian workers. 70,000 can never be accepted by me. I mean myself, Ralph, because I know sometimes I do go to market to buy ingredients. Sometimes I do take transportation from hinterland to where island there, and I know the cost going and coming back. So I don't know how far 70,000 could go to make Nigerian laborers, I mean workers, happy and sustain their families one by one individually. So what I'm trying to say is that something transpired, Pastor. Let us not be too over blunt. I would have told you that I don't want to be blunt, but I'm still letting the cat off the wire. Circ. See, Tinubu has bought virtually everybody. Let me give you my analysis. Labor's protest has come to an abrupt end. Because of what? Because of Tinubu's way of life, Tinubu's factor. Then again, protests over what do you call it? Hardship, economic hardship. Oga, it has been what? Paid for. So the houses, you know, when they were preparing last week, they were like elephants that are going to swallow all the lower animals. But today, they have soft pedal because Ghana must go exchange hand in the north. Houses are singing a different tune. To my greatest surprise yesterday, a breaking news, we read it. They have decided, I mean the lower chamber of the legislative, to slice their salary by 50% for 6 months. The total 600 and something million each and every one of them. Oga, is that enough to stop hunger in Nigeria? Is that enough to bring our economy, with which inflation has gone so high, skyrocketed for how many months now? Is that going to bring the inflation down? Oga, for 6 months, multiply 6 by 600 and something, 58 million by 6. Is that enough to correct Nigeria, dwindling economy? Then again, hunger, ebion power, as every Yorubas are singing and chanting, every household. Is that money for distribution of rice, egusi, and the rest of the essential communities for these homes and households across Southwest, across North and Mid-Belt, and Igbo families or households are not left out? Is this amount enough? Okay, there are many anomalies we should correct. Anomalous things going on now in Nigerian system. Is this money, 70,000, going to solve the problem? Slicing 50% of the salaries of the lower legislative chambers, is it going to solve the problem? Oga, from here to Ireland, you know how much you are paying every day now. The cost of many things. What about what I put on? Clothing. What about, Oga, there are many things that are needed to be, to correct in Nigeria today. If you ask me, I tell you that Ajaero's approval of 70,000 naira has again exhumed both local and international ghost of change. Nigerians are the cause of their problem. We are the machinator of what has eaten deep, so endemic in our system today. We are not resilient people. If we are, Nigerian youths, Nigerian men, mama and papa, uncles, sisters, everybody should have come out, man, to emphasize on what we are about to do from 29th July to August. We believe we could have at least achieved a success. But today, you know whom Tinubu is. I'm always telling people he's ready to buy crops, he's ready to bribe trees and plants, even non-living things are not left alone. Tinubu, Jagaban, if you ask me, from 29 July to August, should have been a banned person. And bad government, it would have been. And bad economic system. The whole economical technocrats that are being employed in this present administration, if you ask me, I will tell you that they are all quacks. They are not doing well. And it is written on everybody's faces that economically, Nigerians are frustrated.
I must say a big thank you, Mr. Arafumechi.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. We hope to have you next time. Mr. Ariwan, the obedient spokesman in this vicinity. I'm bringing you in because your master, your leader,
Yes.
is 63
Yes.
today.
Yes.
And there's one Mr. Udoyi that said we should celebrate with him. We'll do that after this conversation.
Okay.
But meanwhile, your master, your leader have indicated interest to throw his heart into the ring come 2027.
Yes. Yes.
by 2027, Obi will be around 67,
Yes.
66 or so.
Yes.
Do you think he still have the energy to rule Nigeria?
Yes. He has. You see, Obi as a person is not your thoroughbred politician. Obi had been in the private sector for a very, very long time before he became the governor. Before he was the governor, Obi had already bought a house in the UK, £1 million. It's a fact. Before he became a governor, so it's not about becoming governor. So it was not in politics to steal money. He wanted to serve. So that energy is there. Understand? It's not your thoroughbred politician where you stand, where you sit down one place and there's plenty people will be grooming so-called how do I put this, your so-called godsons and become a godfather. Understand? So that energy is there. Even the energy is there even to 31. Someone like that, even if they are 70, they are 80. Look at Donald Trump, for example. You can't see like, okay, I'm sorry. Compare Trump and Biden, for example. Trump was a former businessman before he became a politician. Biden has only been in politics. Compare both of them, they are almost same age range, can you compare their energy? A businessman that has known how to do business, you can't compare them with a thoroughbred politician who has never lived his life outside politics. You know what I mean? So Peter Obi, even in the next 10 years, it will be as strong as you can think. Because I saw, for example, before last year, maybe no, last year, 61 years, when he was climbing stairs, he was jumping. We saw him play basketball this year with people. That's what I mean. That energy is there. You can't compare his energy with somebody that is a politician at 63 years that have lived his life all the way politicking. That's what I mean. So compare Peter Obi with all these people is a no-brainer. So he has that capacity, he has that power, he can perform because he has seen that this present government, and like I told everybody there, they have nothing to offer. I keep saying it. Let me tell you something. Things are good like this, so just get ready that things will become worse because they have your interest is not in their heart. What is in their heart is to rule you, whether by force or by law. They told you that whether fuel come down, fuel does not come down, we will become president. Didn't they achieve it? People wale, amawole, amadibo. You understand? So they don't mind. Even if it's only one person in Nigeria to rule, they will rule. But Peter Obi has that mind of God, that heart of someone like Goodluck Jonathan, that the blood of a human being is not what his own ambition. You know, there are two different people. When somebody say, whether I like it or not, I'll become your ruler. When somebody say, okay, if you vote for me, no problem. If you don't vote for me, no problem. You understand? So Peter Obi has that power, he has that energy, and he has that wisdom and credibility that has never been in doubt, was never in doubt, and will never be in doubt to govern this country. You understand? I'm very, very happy this morning to wish my leader, number one, Yokute One, a happy birthday, long life and prosperity to our leader, more good health, more wisdom, and like I always say, good name is as silver and gold, and his good name is always speaking for him. So I'm very, very happy this morning that our leader turned 63 July 19.
Okay, now, lastly, before I let you go, talk to us about organized labor accepting 70,000 after initially saying they cannot go below 250,000.
I'm not surprised. You understand? I'm not surprised. Why would I be surprised? I told all of you, I said, do we trust labor? Ask an average Nigerian person that do they trust labor. I don't trust labor. Even the 70,000 naira is even too much. They should have gone low like 30,000 naira. Because like I say, Nigerians, we deserve our leaders. So it's whereby somebody just bought a new presidential aircraft. Where they are lavishing money anyhow. Where we saw a caretaker committee chairman in the River State. Now this man is employed 500 A's. Understand? Then they say 7,000. Hey, it's good now. But remember, 7,000 cannot buy you a bag of rice. A bag of rice. Now, minimum wage, because see, I always tell you, don't look at the figures, look at the value. Under Jonathan, that some useless people come to protest against Jonathan. Under Jonathan, minimum wage in dollars was 18,000, but in dollars it was $118. Under Buhari, minimum wage is 30,000 naira. In dollars it was $60. Under this man now, 70,000 naira is for just $43. Look at how low is your minimum wage is 5,000 shillings of Kenya. Your minimum wage in naira is like 45,000 CFA franc in Benin Republic. Look at how low Nigeria has gotten. The minimum wage is useless. It's as useless as it can be. There's no value in it. The minimum wage cannot do anything for Nigerians. Until senators have minimum wage, president have minimum wage, governor have minimum wage, then we can be talking. But this minimum wage is useless. Nigeria already is a fire. Then with this useless and hopeless minimum wage, it is tantamount to nothing. It's let me tell you, see, your politicians, the amount that they are paying their own house help is bigger than the minimum wage. The amount that they are giving their engagement, your politicians, there was the use of the minimum wage in Nigeria. So it's not a living wage. That wage cannot feed a dog for 1 week. Understand? Your minimum wage cannot feed a politician's dog for 1 week. So what then is your minimum wage? The minimum wage is useless. It's hopeless. It is what people should not be. Today should be a day of mourning in Nigeria, a day of rage, a day of crying. Minimum wage cannot buy 1 bag of rice. Useless and hopeless minimum wage in Nigeria, and still some governors will not even pay it. So as you can see, Nigerians, you have been bound to the Philistines. Go and fight for yourself, for your rights in August.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ariwa. We hope to have you next time. Let us bring in Pastor Uyabase.
Yes,
We are live on satellite media, Mr. Pastor Uyabase. So now we are looking at minimum wage. Federal government and Labour have come to compromise. The new minimum wage will be 70,000 going forward. Do you think that amount is sufficient?
Did they pay them?
That is what they agree.
They can never pay them. Because the rumor of protest is taking over. Nigerian government have heard it, that the rumors of protest, they now try to reconcile with Labour. Minimum wage will be 70,000. If they pay that minimum wage until Turbo come down, that means I'm not a prophet. Get me? That minimum wage cannot be paid. They just agree. An agreement of doom. It's agreement of doom. They cannot deliver. So you need to understand what happened for Nigeria. APC government is not a government that we see the way we see. Does that mean? So minimum wage that they talk is 70,000 is a scam. They can't pay them. We draft for 30,000 for many years. They can't even pay them. Now how much they pay them now? Since they draft for 30,000, since some state try to take, some state not even meet up. The federal government cannot pay them that 30,000. Now they want to come pay them 70,000 for these crooks. How can these crooks pay them 70,000 for entire Nigerian workers? 70K. It's a lie. They are playing them scam for them to come down.
Okay, what is your take about the protest? Should Nigerians protest?
You can't protest. You know, Nigerian cannot support to protest, but they cannot protest. You don't protest until Turumbu say I want to protest. You give them notice. Does that mean? You don't need to give them notice. If you want to start protest, start them. All media carry protest. They don't. You don't tell them say you want protest. You know how to what bring you down to nothing. Does that mean? Don't tell them say you want protest. If you want to protest, humanize your guys, humanize your people. The bread Nigerian and start protest. Don't begin to announce for all media. I want to protest. I want to protest. Are you looking for money? Are you waiting for the people to bribe you? What are you shouting for? You want to protest? Protest. Maybe we see. Maybe we join you. Does that mean? Top broadcasting. I want to protest. Every media. They want. How do you see protest? There's nothing like protest because you are announcing it. The Bible said one word. It said when you go to catch a man, you give him notice. He go what? He go put security for his door. Abi? And you are telling Tinubu, I come to protest for your government. Tinubu don't put security for him door. Okay, they want to protest for my government. Okay, I know what I go do. Baba is a what? He's a science man. You know what to do. If you see any protest exist, if it exists reach 3 days or 5 days, that means I know the prophet. So you cannot protest well because you are announcing him. I didn't don't prepare way. You don't announce him to prepare way.
So the protest would have come suddenly.
Suddenly, all your project, people join you. Stop them announce. Then you don't ready for you now. You want protest? Okay, no problem. Hey, protest, that's what we see. Babalawo don't ready, Alakpa don't ready, all the people don't ready, even government don't ready. You want to protest because you announce to them and they now prepare. But we warn you. Anything we want to do, don't announce. If you announce, the people that will announce, they will prepare their way. They will put security for this place, put security for this place because you are coming. So you need to understand how protest should be. Nobody you go protest to win. Yoruba cannot join you, cannot win. If Yoruba join you for protest, you go win. I've heard Yoruba saying about brother they rule. They endure the government. They cannot join you for protest. How can you win protest? Now Yoruba take power to protest. Now then get power to gym. NSAS, now them join. Abi? They join NSAS. Now then carry that thing up. Now then do all those things for NSAS. No be Igbo. Now Yoruba carry that thing. Because why? Why try to stop them not to wear earring? It did not happy to them. They did not happy about it. Does that mean? Yoruba try to stop them not to wear earring. They did not happy. So they now said they come what? They come for NSAS. That NSAS was Yoruba boys, Yoruba town, who protect that NSAS and they win and they succeed. Abi? Now they are winning everywhere. Who stop them again? So maybe you go protest and win. Igbo man cannot protest and win. Yoruba Hausa man cannot protest. It's only Yoruba man can carry protest. Everybody hear it. But they cannot join you because your brother is the president. So why do you want to win? How can you win?
I think I must say thank you for your time.
No, you cannot win the protest. So they should not make noise again.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
For
Stop
your time.
making noise.
The law, Mr. Lawrence. Let us have Mr. Lawrence, another great political analyst. I want to ask you this question. Labour have accepted 70,000 minimum wage. And before now, they were saying we cannot go below 250,000. And before they accepted 70,000, Tinubu called them into a sort of hard meeting with them. Some people are feeling that Tinubu intimidated them, that after seeing the president, fear gripped them, and that is why they may have accepted that. Though they said the reason they accepted it because the federal government said every 3 years they'll be reviewing the salary. But that 70,000, is it sufficient? Is it enough?
Listen, before Labour agreed this thing, I already said it in this yesterday. I said that Nigeria is a country that it cannot trust everything they are doing. You know, yesterday I said that I'm not sure this protest will hold. I said it yesterday because when you want to do something, you no need to announce it to people, your enemy to know your secret. What is the 70,000 naira? A bag of rice is how much?
It's already above 70,000.
Above 70,000 naira. Red oil, groundnut oil is how much? Tin tomatoes is how much? Pepper and others is how much? Labour is APC. APC is the Labour. Listen, when there are people that are claiming they are fighting for the citizen of Nigeria, immediately they come outside, what they need, they let federal government to settle them. Now they already mean federal government already give them what they want. Then say now they already agree 70,000. Why are you talking about 200 and something thousand naira? Even that 200 and something thousand naira is how much for dollar? Dollar is 1,000 plus, abi?
1,500 something.
1,570. Okay, $10 is how much?
$10. You are talking about $10. 10 times 1,500. We are talking about more than 15,000.
Let's calculate it.
1,000.
500. 1,500 times 10.
That is it should be about 15,000.
15,000 plus. Guys, a family man is not earning up to $500 per month.
You are saying 500. Is it not? Is not? It's not up to $70.
It's not up to $70 per month. Are you getting me? Listen, whatever is happening in Nigeria, to me, I don't know others, is failure. It's failure. I myself know that this protest cannot hold, but I thank God that Igbo's peoples, they already remove their hand for this protest. Are you getting me? Igbo people, they already remove hand for the protest. Whatever Labour said, if Nigerians to want to take it, no problem. If you no want to take it, no problem. Last protest they want to do before, what happen in that minute? Labour say they cancel it. They give federal government so how many days. Now they already bring another one. Now they say now Labour already accept 70,000 naira minimum wage. What is 70,000 naira? Only transport can finish the transport the 70,000 naira. You have a family, children like 2 or 3, they can buy a derico of garri 4,000 plus 4,000 naira times 30 days. One painter with 4 children, they will finish one painter a day. We are not talking about soup. Only the garri 4,500 times 10. E give almost 50 something thousand naira only garri. We never talk about soup. Labour, you are very disgrace for Nigeria. You are very disgrace for indigenous of Nigeria. Are you listen? Anytime they talk anything about labour in Nigeria, I'm not used to put mouth. If Nigeria want to deliver themselves, forget labour. Yesterday and several times I always say this: Nigeria, they are never ready to deliver themselves. Nigeria youth, they are never ready to deliver themselves. If Nigeria youth they are ready, this protest they want to do, they no suppose to announce it. They will pick it by themselves.
We should have come up suddenly.
Or suddenly, we will see that Nigeria will change. The person that lead protest in Nigeria Mr. President, how many protests they hold? Who sponsor it? Is Mr. President before he enter into the seat. Now nobody have that confidence again to lead protest. Anybody want to lead the protest because he is the engine of protest. We know how to handle them. Nigeria, they are still in the darkness. Nigeria, they are in still deep darkness. They never want to deliver themselves.
I think I have to let you go, Mr. Lawrence. We hope to have you next time. Thank you very much for your time. Let us quickly acknowledge our viewers online who followed us online and seeing Mr. Kelly, who is saying good morning, who is saying yes, good. I'm seeing Kelly Onoha, who is saying God bless you, Mazi Nnamdi Kalo. I'm equally seeing someone else here. I think that is Chidozia saying, Raphael, you are too much. I love listening to you. You are okay. That is saying shout out to Mr. Rafumbechi and seeing Mr. Chimezia Chima again saying Riwan, you are okay. You speak well. Thank you. I think that is all we have for the day. Mr. Rafumbechi, I think maybe you say a thank you to I think this is Mr. Chima saying you are okay. I love hearing from you. That Chima talking from the comment section.
Chima Udenze.
As is Mr. Chima Chidozia Chima.
Okay, Chidozia Chima, thank you so much, my brother, for that kind of gesture. Anyway, I call it a gesture because you appreciate me. You appreciate what is coming out from me. That is me, my brother. I want you to stay tuned every morning. Anytime notification comes to your WhatsApp or Facebook, you know that we have come up online. Thank you so much. Stay tuned.
Thank you very much. I think with this, we are coming to a close on this section. But I'm seeing another person, Mr. Juwe Chilakeabi. He's saying that Mr. Chidozie, you are amazing. Maybe he's trying to talk about another person. But I think this is a good place to let it go. I am Mr. Matthew, and this is Satellite Media. Until come your way tomorrow, remain blessed, and we hope to be on this platform the same time tomorrow to give you updates of what is happening in Nigeria and globally. Once more, thank you very much.
This mess.